Have you ever opened your laptop, joined a video call, or watched a live stream, and not even paused to think about how normal it all feels? Because today, cameras are everywhere, built into our phones, our computers, even our homes, letting us see and connect with people across the world instantly. But what if I told you that the very first webcam in history wasn't created for communication, security, or entertainment? It was created for something much simpler, something almost ridiculous. It was built to watch a coffee pot. And this story begins back in the early 1990s inside the University of Cambridge, where a group of researchers were working in a computer lab known as the Trojan Room, a place filled with engineers, programmers, and scientists who spent long hours focused on their work, relying on coffee to stay alert and productive. But there was one small problem that kept interrupting their flow. The coffee machine wasn't in the same room. It was located down the hall, which meant every time someone wanted coffee, they had to get up, walk over, and check if there was any left. And more often than not, they would arrive only to find an empty pot sitting there, no coffee, no warning, just wasted time and frustration. And if you've ever been deep in concentration, you know how annoying that can be, because once your focus is broken, it's hard to get it back. So this wasn't just about coffee. It was about efficiency, about staying in the zone, about avoiding unnecessary interruptions. And after experiencing this problem over and over again, a few researchers, including Quentin Stafford Fraser and Paul Jardetsky, decided they could solve it using technology. Instead of accepting the inconvenience, they asked a simple but powerful question: what if we could check the coffee pot without leaving our desks? And that question led to an idea that would quietly make history. They set up a basic camera in front of the coffee machine. Not a high-quality camera like we have today, but a simple device capable of capturing low-resolution images. Then they connected it to their computer system, programming it to take snapshots of the coffee pot every few seconds and send those images across the internal network to the computers in the lab. So now, instead of physically walking to the coffee room, anyone could just glance at their screen and instantly see whether the pot was full or empty. If it was full, they could go get a cup. If it was empty, they could stay put and wait, saving time and avoiding frustration. It was a small solution to a very specific problem, but it worked perfectly, and at the time, it wasn't even seen as something revolutionary. It was just a clever hack to make daily life a little easier, but then something happened that turned this simple system into a piece of internet history. In 1993, the researchers decided to connect their coffee pot camera to the internet, and just like that, what started as a private tool inside a lab became something the entire world could access. Anyone with an internet connection could view the live feed of the Trojan Room coffee pot, making it the first webcam ever to be broadcast online. And while it might sound strange that people would actually want to watch a coffee pot, the idea itself was groundbreaking because for the first time, people could use the internet not just to send messages or retrieve information, but to see something happening in real time from a completely different location. It was a glimpse into the future, a future where live video would become a normal part of everyday life. And even though the camera was low quality and updated slowly, it didn't matter because the concept was what truly changed everything. This simple coffee pot camera became one of the earliest examples of live streaming, paving the way for technologies that would eventually lead to video conferencing, online content creation, and real-time broadcasting. The same basic idea that allowed researchers to check their coffee remotely is now used in countless ways, from security cameras, monitoring homes and businesses, to live streams watched by millions of people around the world, and platforms like YouTube and communication tools like Zoom can trace part of their origins back to experiments like this, where people first began exploring the possibilities of combining cameras with network technology. And what makes this story so interesting is how unintentional it all was. The researchers weren't trying to invent the future of video communication. They weren't thinking about global impact or technological revolutions. They just didn't want to waste time walking to an empty coffee pot. And yet their solution ended up becoming a foundational step in how we use the internet today, and the Trojan Room coffee pot continued to run for years, quietly streaming its simple feed to curious viewers around the world, becoming something of a legend in early internet culture, until eventually, in 2001, the camera was turned off and the coffee machine was retired, marking the end of an era. But by that point, the idea had already spread far beyond that small lab in Cambridge, influencing the development of countless technologies that followed. And even today, when you open your camera, join a meeting, or watch a live video, you're participating in something that can be traced all the way back to that one simple problem and that one clever solution, proving that sometimes the most important innovations don't come from trying to change the world, but from trying to solve the smallest, most ordinary problems in smarter ways. And maybe that's the real lesson here, that the next big idea doesn't always start with something complex or ambitious. Sometimes it starts with something as simple as wanting to know if there's coffee left without getting up. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.